Before I go into defining and talking about resilience properly, there are some basic tools that you must have. Part of those tools is first your own vision. We talked about the personality that is actually driving and owning the business. So you must actually have your own vision. What do you want? And how do you now want it? Can then be discussed first by yourself, then you break it down, then you cascade into the team that you will work with. But you yourself must be prepared to want to actualize your vision first. So getting the vision right and knowing what you want and how you want it, which envelopes around the vision, is extremely important. Then when you now get the vision right, you then have to break it down into some goals and targets, which leads into focus. When you break it down into goals or target, then you can then focus on what part of the vision you have to actually get right before the entire vision becomes your own story. Because so vision is very important. The focus and target is very important. Then you go into goals. Goals, you can actually now have different goals. Putting them together becomes part of your story and your vision. And the most important tool that will keep you going, because the road will never be as smooth as, in fact, it's never smooth. Depending on how high the goals, how big the vision, prepared you are. Then one important tool that will get you going is resilience. So we can then talk about resilience after understanding and getting those initial spin-off right. So I would say resilience is actually a spin-off of how to achieve your vision, setting your goals right, and pursuing those goals that will now sum up and form your story. So resilience, unfortunately, is not everybody that has it, because it has a limit. Then your commitment and how tolerant you are will then determine how resilient you will go. Some people, if they don't get immediate success and results, they give up. Some people, if they are convinced about their vision, their tools right, they stay on the table until they get the result, or until the result starts manifesting. So the tenor or the duration within which you start getting your result or desired result, and when you get started, resilience actually play a very important role in it. The good thing about our region where we actually operate from, which is Nigeria and Africa, is there are several opportunities in Nigeria. However, those opportunities can be very, very convincing and confusing. So most of the time, if you're confused about your vision and the opportunity to drive your vision, you have to be committed to it so that you don't get distracted by other opportunities and other visions. You can run out of funds. What will keep you going, even when you run out of funds, when you run out of support, is your resilience. Part of the spin-off of resilience is not taking no for an answer. When you get to a table where you need results and you want them to accept your idea and your vision, then you stay there to convince whoever is actually on the opposite side of the table or on your own side of the team that you want to actually journey together to actualize your vision. So resilience plays a very important role, and it depends on the business driver. So if you check it very well, one key word that actually drives everybody along and drags and drive the vision along, resilience is a major part of it, so that you don't tire off yourself before you finish your runway. Everybody, every opportunity, every project has its own runway. That's another important topic, which I'll just touch briefly. When a plane wants to take off, a plane actually moves on the runway. For a cargo plane, for a bigger plane, for a smaller plane, you need different runways. You cannot put a cargo plane on a smaller plane's runway. It will run out of that runway without taking off. If you have So you need to now define that scope and have your resilience mind. It is through your resilience mind that you will define and pitch everything to get the journey that you've started already. So when you're actually enacting and implementing your vision, most of the times, yeah, you stay focused on your vision, you stay focused on your dream, and you stay focused on your goals. But you keep changing your goals or you keep modifying your goals. If you set a lower target, your resilience will be low. But if you set a higher target, your resilience must be high because you have to commit a lot to it. We live in a competitive world, but we don't get dissuaded by competition. The best competition you have is yourself. The goal you can set is for yourself, and that is why you need to keep redefining those goals. If you discover that you set a goal for a month and in a week you achieve it, you don't rest. You raise the bar.
Exactly.
You consolidate, you raise the bar. You consolidate, you raise the bar. So many schemes that you actually deploy to work, but your resilience is what will keep when it gets tough. Success is actually easy when you are getting results. But when you are not getting results, success becomes a very tough journey. And it's now your resilience. Every entrepreneur has their story.
Yes.
Your story starts from when you conceive the idea.
Yeah.
Eh? Journeying through implementing and achieving that idea. So that's where your resilience comes in.
Exactly.
So using my example, for instance, I can recall very well. I'm a 16 years old entrepreneur. For the first 5 years was more like implementing bits and pieces of the vision and dream I have in my head. By the grace of God, today I have 4 or 5 companies that report to me as their group CEO. But I started from where you actually know what you know about construction and real estate. But I've always wanted to go back into oil and gas because that's what I desire and that's what I. But along the way, I discovered that I didn't want to just succeed at oil and gas. I discovered that I wanted to succeed as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So construction wasn't just a one-off thing. It was a life ambition, and I wanted to succeed as an entrepreneur in construction. I wanted to succeed as an entrepreneur in oil and gas. Today, I am quite successful in oil and gas, quite successful in construction and real estate, quite successful in aviation fueling, quite successful in medical diagnostics as well. And in oil and gas, we actually have 2 spin-offs already. There is the downstream company that is doing well. There is the upstream that has actually picked up and is actually going to go places as well. So when you check it very well, I own the vision. Journeying through the vision is my story. But with the lot of commitment and a resilient mind, I've been able to pitch the story, the vision to my team. And I'll be able to drag them into my net. So we own the vision together. But don't forget, I conceived that idea and vision from the inception. And I'm sure part of the most or attitude or character my team must have seen in me is this guy is resilient. And when you are resilient, you become a go-getter.
Yeah.
When you become a go-getter, it resonates trust and believe in your team. Even when they don't see where you're going or heading, they will follow you, knowing that even if you lead them into a pit, you will dig them out of that pit. And at the end of the day, success is awaiting you. So back to Omera Boost. I'm wishing you success. I'm
Thank you so
wishing
much.
you all that you wish yourself. Above all, be careful of your team, be mindful of your vision, and be mindful of how resilient and committed you must be.
To equip yourself, you ask yourself a simple question: what do I do well? The moment you discover what you do well, then what resources do I need? What knowledge do I need? What opportunities do I need? What experiences do I need to practice to equip myself? because equipping is all about action. You don't just mentally equip yourself, you have to physically do it. The moment you step out, take action, practice. How do people learn to be leaders? They practice leadership. How do they practice leadership? By knowing the things they need to do to equip themselves to be a leader. So find your strength and get with it. Equip yourself so you can turn around and equip others, because you cannot give what you do not have.